Welcome to part 3 of 3 for Tomcat's cool toy collection of my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's take a look at what else I got. It ain't everything, but it's more than a little. Alright, as a music artist, I definitely love these turtles. You got, over here you got, this is heavy metal Raph. Comes with a guitar and a side, I don't know if it's a microphone or he's supposed to be sliding it on his guitar, but he's got the cool 80s rock star, tight pants, spandex probably. He's got a throwing star as a necklace. He's got some chains on his arm, some green chains they didn't paint. He's got a choker. He's ready to be in Guns N' Roses or something cooler. Got Rappin' Mike. I always thought Rappin' Raph would have made sense, especially with the attitude, but, they weren't really in touch with things. They're just trying to capitalize, but still very cool. Mike raps. He's got like a pizza record. He's got a disc here, Leo My Love, and then he's got another, this one doesn't say anything, but so he can spin some CDs and some records. He's got the Flava Flav clock thing going. Almost looks like a turntable on his belt. Some bitchin' glasses. He's got his speakers in the back, so he's bumping wherever he goes, throughout the sewers and on stage. Some cool gnarly shoes. Another record. The Foot Stomp. Very clever. I think he came with this boombox. I'm not sure who the boombox goes to, but I really dig this boombox with the satellite on it. It looks cool. It's got the cassette tape there. Speakers, very 80s, early 90s. Abstract colors. And you got Rockin' Leo, or maybe this was the metal. Maybe it was Metal Leo and Rockin' Raph. He's a little more, less flashy, more alternative rock, grunge, turtle rock. He's got a 2-string guitar. Looks like he's got 6 tuning pegs. And then he's got a katana guitar. Stringed katana. Looks like a bass. I see 4 on that one. Best of both worlds. He's got the bandana. Rock and roll. Sequence on the back. He's even got really detailed denim going. Very cool. It's like textured and painted to detail. And then my favorite, again, Donnie. And because punk rock is the best music, most stimulating. He's got a keytar, which is more, not so prominent in a lot of punk, but, it's still cool. We have a clown, Bubbles, in our band, Death Cat, that plays keytar. Love the orange mohawk, goes good with the purple bandana, his ripped up biker jacket, he's got some chains going, the ripped up denim, Ramon style. I don't know what this is, that's a little metal, less, not so punk, but still, it's cool, it's awesome. Ray Fillet, I always, I dig the color. It kind of matches my walls. Almost. Don't look at all the other junk. He's cool. Not one of my favorites, but I really dig him at the same time. It's cool. Such an animated face, too. Look at those teeth. And then these ones, also, my grandma gets sentimental. I think my dad actually got me this one, and I just remember playing with it at my grandma Ware's house. The wrestling Mikey, kind of does like a somersault move. Make him bounce up. He's got a cool turtle cape. Love the 80s colors. Used to be a Hulk Hogan fan as a kid during this era. So yeah, this is one of the original ones I had as a kid that I still have. That's still one of my favorites. I'd lost the original belt. So I ordered the belt off somebody on the internet, and now he doesn't want to stand up. Of course, he doesn't want to stand up. He wants to be jumping and wrestling. He comes with, I don't know if this is the snake he comes with or if it was another one. Is this the snake that goes to this mic, or is this a different one? You guys know? It's hard to even see what it is. Looks more like two pieces of cacti. This one reminds me of the one, my grandma got me this one. This isn't the same one. Oh, fuck. Alright, battery's getting low, so I have to put them in the light here. Thought I had the connector to them, but I guess it went to someone else. But yeah, my grandma, I remember, I think this is the one I found hidden in the closet. It was supposed to be a present for Christmas or something. He's got these really cool stickers on here, like some space gear, space gadgets. The one she had got me as a kid, I ripped the sticker off and it ruined it, and then I tried to customize it later on. Love that his helmet comes on and off. Clear helmet you can see through. Very cool. He had a sword, and I'm pretty sure I was stupid and threw it away a few years ago thinking it went to some random off-brand toy that wasn't Turtles, and I regret it. Oh well. Yeah. Definitely childhood nostalgia memories for Space Cadet Raph, for sure. Cool thing about this Aussie is, you know, he's a kangaroo, so he's got, he can move his legs here, which is, you know, you don't really see that in many, if any, of the other turtles. Definitely a Crocodile Dundee vibe going on. I used to think this guy was more rare and worth more, but not really, but, you know, he's still a cool one just because he's so neat to have to the collection. His tail also goes like a full 360. I don't know what was supposed to go in the back, probably guns or something, or a knife. What's not a knife? No, what's a knife? Well, I'm terrible at that. Lots of detail here. Check out those wings. Just check out his face. You know, they don't really show that on other versions of bats, but I mean, I guess he's also a mutant. Look at those wings. They're all torn up, made out of like metal and all kinds of stuff, patching it up. Because these are his real wings and these are the extensions. He's got a cool belt here with a bat on it. Almost looks like a cat. Tail blends in with his costume. Lots of cool detail. Oh, another cool detail is he's got these grenades that attach to his wings that can come off. Mutations. These guys are really cool. Even the pizza turn into weapons. Yeah. These guys are awesome. I need to get Leonardo, but yeah, they go into their turtle form. Something like this. Pull their legs down like this. Unhook these little pieces here. Open their shells. Pull their arms out. Flippity doodah. Their heads. These feet swoop on in. These things bend back like that. And it kind of, it's supposed to shut. Sometimes you gotta make sure their feet aren't getting too. There we go. They got their tails like the original design. Swoop those up. Even his bow staff does some mutations where it like splits or something, like it breaks. Or turns into, you know, an H for He-Man. Pretty cool though. Love these mutation figures. I remember when this was new, the second wave of mutations, I was in daycare and I was bugging my mom, telling her, I gotta get that, I want that. Can I get that for Christmas? And she's like, ask Santa, and motherfucker delivered. I'm not gonna mutate them though, because I don't have the shield thing, but it turns into the mutant module. Also, the plastic's really faded and hideous, but I think this is the one I had from back in the day, the original one, which is why it's in terrible condition. I lost the stickers and tried to draw in crayon to re-add the flames. I remember liking that this version of Shredder stood up straight, unlike the other one, and trying to figure out a way to cut off his cape so I could give him like the cloth cape. Homato Yoshi. Splinter. Alright, so let's mutate him. This plastic's all kind of sticky. Some plastic gets like that with time. I don't know why or how to reverse it. I got a bunch of Universal Monster figures that are like that. If you know how to get rid of this tacky stickiness that I'm feeling on these, let me know. And there, he transforms into Splinter. Doesn't stand very well. Kind of needs his cane that I don't have. But that's a pretty cool one, I think. Mutations Bebop. He's got this cool drill and underneath his boot. I think the other one was a knife. It's missing. And then he transforms, and I thought I was recording the transformation, but I wasn't. Much like Baxter Stockman from the comics to the cartoon, for some reason from the cartoon to the figures, they whitewashed Bebop. Maybe they thought he needed more variation when he transforms! Or maybe they're just racist, I don't know. There's Bebop and Rocksteady in human form. Pretty cool. Rocksteady's leg likes to open up. He's got grenades hidden in there. It's pretty cool. Actually, I don't even think I knew this before. It just happened to fall apart like that. Pretty cool. Let's see. There we go. Open up. His head flip around like that. These guys are pretty tightly packed to get them to close. So you gotta open the arm, swing it around, push it back down, open the sleeve, pull it up, swing it around, close it, try and get the leg to stay closed. Might have to do some customizing on that one. Yep, those are the mutation ones that I got. I really think the turtle ones are the coolest, how they go from, you know, actual turtles, kind of, to, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't you think so, dude? Whoa, I totally just like broke a vintage $20 figure. Alright, so what do we got down here on the bottom shelf? Let's see. Sergeant Bananas, he's pretty cool. His belt never wants to stay on him, so I have it loose. No monkeying around with this gorilla. Nice big, bulky gorilla hands. Gorilla warfare. I think this guy goes with him. Kind of like a voodoo tribal monkey guy with his tongue sticking out. He's got like the hairs all feathered up like a headdress. You got, what's his name? Trog. Sergeant Trog or Lieutenant Trog. He's a pretty cool figure. They should have made a whole army. I like that his arm is more articulate. He's got that spider bug crawling on him. Just looks like a nice, mean, tough rock guy. Dimension X. Got the snake on his leg there. Blood oozing out of him. And yeah, I had him up here, even though I think this is, meant for the turtles. Good guys. But yeah, this tank is pretty cool. They moved this Trojan shredder out of the way. But yeah, lots of cool detail on this. It's like they're rolling over the foot. Some pizza. That rotates. Mutant military. Wheels are sewer caps. And we got in here Bullseye, the bull. He's got quite a few bullseye, one on his eye and chest and kneecap. Got his weapons. Nice angry looking. He doesn't look that angry. Still, don't think you'd want to mess with him. And then we got our Japanese style sewer samurai Leo here with his samurai armor. Then I got this Shojin shredder. Oh, this Leo never wants to stand up. That's why he was leaned up in the corner. But yeah, this shredder's cool with the metallicness. He's interesting. He's got, like leg. So yeah, the thing about this shredder, the Shojin shredder, it always looked like, I gave him a cape as well, because I'm a cape fanatic. It's like you could see so much of his neck. It's like, I wish they would have made his helmet come off. That would have been cool. I don't think the original Turtle line, they ever really made a shredder with a removable helmet, except for the first Mutations one, which I used to have as a kid, and he kind of fell apart. I always thought they should have made him purple instead of blue for his uniform, but yeah, this one's pretty neat. He's kind of got the Super Shredder armor shoulder pads. Then over here, who do we got? So we got Tattoo, who's really cool. He comes with these tattoos that were, you could stick them on. They're stickers. Nice clean version. Sumo wrestler. Some weird dragon staff. All the turtle figures are just really cool and weird. That had to be fun putting those stickers on. Didn't have it as a kid, so never put the stickers on them. Usagi Yojimbo, the regular version. Not as cool as Space Cadet version. But, that's him. With a staff. Got him on some turtle water. I think it goes from like water to wheels, AV. This Mikey is supposed to go on a skateboard, I think. Either a skateboard or rollerblades, but I don't have that, so I put him on this plunger vehicle. Oh, there's no room in here. I got enough turtle stuff, though. There's no room. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And over here we got PandaCon. Similar armor as Usagi Yojimbo. Not one of my favorite characters, but he's cool. Here's another one of my favorite Mikeys. They just made Mikey with the coolest everything. He's got a watch you can't really see, but the cool thing about this, you put water in his guitar and you squeeze it and he'd squirt it out from his teeth. I remember playing with this at my grandma's. I think my grandma got me this one too, or I played with it at her house. This isn't the original. I have the one I originally had. He's missing his forearms. I was going to try and find the forearms to put on, but it's easier just to get a whole new figure. There we go. Check it out. Another one from Grandma Wire. Wow, she must have got a lot of these, or I just played with them at her house a lot. But she was a baseball fan, and I'm not a big sports fan, but I do enjoy some baseball novelty. And the cool thing about this guy, if it doesn't just whack this right off, whack it off. Gotta do it with the camera. There, kind of works. You know, he can swing and hit the ball. Or he's supposed to anyway. Let's aim him like this. Maybe I'll get some WD-40 out. There we go. Batter up. Batter up. Yeah, so he's cool. Then I also have this Leo, football Leo. The helmet comes off, which is pretty neat. So I dig that. He's missing his football that he would throw. Pretty cool sports action if you like sports. There's another Leo hockey skater. Doesn't have his hockey stick. I guess he could borrow Casey's. Actually, I didn't think Casey came with a hockey stick, ironically. And then there's a B-ball Donnie. Slam Dunkin' Donnie, I think he was. Be cool to have the ball for him, but baseball one is definitely my favorite. And then I got these stuffed toys, all four of them. I used to have one. I don't know if I had Mikey or I had Leo as a kid. Maybe it was even Raph. I don't know. I had one of them as a kid from a garage sale. Scored these off a marketplace a couple years ago in Ann Arbor. They're pretty cool, pretty awesome. Some of their eyes get lost in their masks. Other ones are a little bit better. The thing I really love about the Turtles, too, is, you know, not only did they give them different bandana colors for the cartoon and the toys, they also, you know, their skin's slightly different. Not slightly, they're different shades of green. Help identify them. So here's the turtle case I got off eBay in the early 2000s. Came full of figures, Party Wagon, the Foot Cruiser, Decapitated April O'Neil, all for about 60 bucks. Quite a steal. Quite a deal. Here's a Shredder mask I got from Craftique. Doesn't fit quite right, and it's, you know, it's rubber, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this or get rid of it. I'd like a more steady, stable one. Plus, it's hard to get this to fit my face. I feel like, hey. Alright, let's take a look at this big box. Maybe I should zoom out a bit or pull out a bit. So, again, big fan of the artwork, straight from the cartoon. Michelangelo and Splinter there, much better color job. Raphael and the Shredder's armor, showing and shining. Cityscape in the back. You got Leo fighting some of the Triceratons. Donnie fighting the foot soldiers that really look like a nice combination between the comics, the cartoon, and the movie. Something about them makes them look really like they're machines. Their heads, anyway. And then, top of the box, Very cool. They got pizza ready to go after a hard day of fighting crime. Yeah, I got this box off of eBay when I was about 12, 13, 2000, early 2000s, $60. It came with a really beat up turtle wagon. It didn't have like pretty much anything except for the roof. It came with a decapitated April O'Neil. It came with the cruiser, the foot cruiser, which was awesome. It came with this bike. One of these, but missing every piece. Came with the pizza tosser. What else did it come with? Came with this boat. I think it came with that. Came with the submarine, maybe, or maybe I already had that. And yeah, I think that was it. And then just like a handful of figures. I know it came with like a Rat King, a Casey, a Bebop that was missing an arm. Pretty good deal. I mean, I don't remember what $60 was back then. I wasn't, I was just cutting lawns. Cutting lawns and then bugging my mom. Can I borrow your credit card to buy some crap off eBay? If you give me the money for it. Oh, here's some turtle cards, collectors. I had a whole bunch of these loose ones. I used to have some from the movie too. I don't know if I do or not still, but yeah, this is cool. Because I was trying to collect all these and then I found this whole box at Craftique store near my work. This is cool, even though it's more modern artwork. Modern as in like 20 years ago. This is, the first four. The pretty much of what would become the first few episodes. You even got the neutrinos in there. Yeah, this is an awesome one. I like that a lot. Big fan of the original comics too. Shredder gets splintered. I've seen a few of these. I've passed on buying them, but this was a pretty good one. Same thing. That's like a coloring book of the first couple episodes. Yeah, you got all these cool vehicles. Look at that, you got pizza wheels there. Bugs and stuff on it. There's these little bombs over there. You like seeing a bunch of old figures and vintage stuff, or if you like punk rock and weird videos, especially horror comedy and surreal stuff, subscribe to the channel, like, all that jazz. Buy some of my band's records and stickers, t-shirts, and all kinds of fun stuff. My Casey Jones replica mask from the movie. The box. NECA does some good stuff. Even their font choice, to look like the beginning of the VHS tape, or when you watch the VHS. And for modern stuff, I got this. I think this is the Ultimate Shredder from Super 7. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got a nice fabric cape that moves because it's got bendy stuff in it. Closer look at the Ultimate Shredder. So he comes with this alternative head that's supposed to be based off the original figure with the eyebrows and brow painted over the helmet, which works on the original. I don't think it looks nearly as passable on this version. Comes with a hard plastic cape that sucks. The original weapons, which is cool, I just haven't brought myself to tear them off. And then the more updated silver ones, like in the sword that I chose to show him with. He also comes with a cloth belt and a plastic belt. I like the idea of the cloth one, but the plastic one looks better in this case. Yeah, it's cool. I was hoping he'd be closer to the original size, just like, standing up. Just like a big reason I got him. I try not to go down that sewer hole of, buying a whole bunch of new stuff, although some of the movie figures are tempting, especially for like Casey and April and Splinter and the Turtles and everything. Comes with this cool cover. Let's see what's on the back of this. The bad guy leader. I like the graffiti, the foot graffiti. Yeah, it says Turtles on the back. Pretty cool. Flip it over. It's like Shredder. That slides on there nice and easy like that. Keep them stacked like that. And then of course, I got the DVDs. Got this for I think 60 bucks as well off Marketplace. I tried to rearrange them because I know where they go to Europe was supposed to take place earlier on, and then they moved it to like season 7 or something. But very cool case. Just got to be careful not to knock it over because it sucks when that happens. It even has wheels on it. Yeah, I really, it's childhood memories. I really love the visual aesthetic and the wackiness of the original cartoon, but it's definitely made for kids and can be kind of hard to watch. So, thankfully, we got the Turtle films. I love these two. I don't have the third one because I never really liked the third one. I guess it's okay, but they could have done better. It's just cool because it's got Casey in it, because that's the only thing that was really missing from the second one, in my opinion, was no Casey Jones. And I like the recasting for April better. Also a fan of the 2003 one. I had a whole bunch of the 2013 Turtle figures that came out when I was like 14. So it was kind of weird, I was considered too old at the time, but, not an adult yet. I didn't really give a shit, so, I watched the show. I bought tons of the figures. I had the whole sewer playset, which was really cool. I just got rid of it recently, actually. And all the figures, I kind of wanted to keep them. It was really cool how the Casey Jones figure, you could take his mask on and off. Wasn't a fan of, like, the styles of the 2000s, so I thought their clothes looked stupid, but I like that, I went back and rewatched a lot of those. Much easier to watch as an adult because they're more directly adapted from the comic books, which are great. But yeah, if I could combine, the visual elements and even bring in the Technodrome from, the 87 cartoon, but, mix it more with the storylines from the comics, what they did with the 2003, etc. cartoon, that'd be great. But, try to downsize on space and make money, so I sold all the 2003 Turtles I had. Actually, there was a tragedy in the mail. I actually lost like $100, pretty much all the figures I had. So, just gone. Oh well, material objects. But, I'm more sentimental of these. They remind me of my childhood, my dad, my mom, who are still around. And, yeah, just, it's like art. It's like little sculptures. Fun, creative, wacky stuff, helps you get through life with all the crazy, serious horror and nonsense going on. So my problem with the third movie was, I don't know, I really wanted the Shredder, first of all. And there's so many cool characters, if they're going to go through time or time and space, they could have gone to the planet with the Triceratons or, so much other stuff they could have done, but they were trying to budget and killed it all. And then once the TV show with the fifth turtle came out, Venus, as a kid, I was like, I'm out on to different stuff. So that's my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection. Thoughts, comments? What's your favorite turtle figure of all time? Who's some of your favorite characters? What would you like to see next? I'll be doing some more on my Masters of the Universe collection and my Batman figures. So, stay tuned.